Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video, and one that is a little bit late. We're finally going to try Carnival LR Gogeta Blue out against Red Zone Kid BUU to finish out his testing before, of course, we do get the final stages of Supreme Magnificent Battle. Not the best starting rotation. I mean, defensively, probably couldn't get too much better. But when it comes to just an actual rotation to go around Gogeta Blue, yeah, it's not the best. It's not the best, but at least I guess both Orange Piccolos can build up. And the majority of Gogeta Blue's links will be coming from slot 3 regardless, with Year 5 easier Gogeta Blue. That's pretty much why he's here. I mean, the Year 5s are still kind of viable because that 70% chance to dodge in slot 3, and then the guaranteed dodge once they transform into blue. So it's not like I've just kind of jammed him on the team. It's not like I've forced him on the team. Do you know what I mean? But that is primarily where his links are going to be coming from. But the type disadvantage Gogeta Blue starts with could be a little bit techie. But I mean, at least we do have guard. We have stacked. We did get Rainbow Keys Fizz, so we are getting additionals. It's a shame the first one wasn't one. So I'm curious of how much damage he's going to take. Now, usually, still double digits. Fair enough. This is what, like 650k on a normal? So that guard is putting in work. The stack obviously helps, but that guard is putting in work. Okay, I generally thought he would take more damage than that. Fair enough. Fair enough. Good start. Good start. Now, super attack always happens no matter what. So the Whis is getting popped. Also, Vegeta and Trunks needs to build up. This actually could go really well. If it goes the way we want it to, which is super attack in slot 3, which I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it's guaranteed, but whenever I've done a Red Zone Kid BUU run, it's always in slot 3 no matter what. But I don't know if that's a guarantee. I do not know if that's a guarantee of whether super attack is always going to happen. But whenever I've done a run, that's where it's happened. So if this is going to play out the way I think it's going to play out, then all we need to do, which Vegeta and Trunks has already built up, which is exactly what I wanted. These guys hopefully super attack about 59 times. And then all we need Gogeta to do is dodge. Now, when you put it like that, it's very, very simple. That's literally as simple as it gets. All we need from Gogeta in slot 3 is we need him to dodge. That is it. That is all I need from you. Yep, the super attack is going to be in slot 3. All I need from you is you to dodge. You have more chance to dodge than you do not to. So if you don't do it, we're dead. Even with the Whis. Because I know you don't have enough defense to survive. I think it's like a 2.2 something million super attack. So do the thing. Do the thing. You've already done it once. You scumbag. Luckily, there's unlimited tries right now, huh? All right, guys, we're back. We are back. Now, one thing that I noticed, which never usually happens, is usually the second phase, majority of the time, is going to be the most difficult. Now, of course, Gogeta Blue has type disadvantage in the first phase. As we noticed, with no item active, with the guard and the couple super attacks he can do, he's tanking double digits on normals. And funny enough, Kid BUU does more damage both on the one super attack he does, of course, like over 2 mil. But on the normals he does as well, which is 650. He actually does less damage here. And Gogeta a type advantage here. So the fact that he can handle the first phase fine, as long as you don't typically have him in slot 3, which I'm adamant that's where the super attack is guaranteed to be. I mean, it probably is at this point. Then you're good. Like, you're good. So here, even though we haven't actually lost his guard yet, he should actually be chilling. He should actually be a-okay here. The only thing is, Kid BUU will actually super attack everywhere else in this phase. So he can be hit with a super attack, which I'm actually quite intrigued to see how well Gogeta can tank it, considering he's actually not transformed yet, but of course does have his guard. But we'll find out. We'll find out. And that's one thing as well that I've already clocked. His additionals aren't going to touch BUU. Of course, we're going to get the SA effects, which are still helpful. But damage-wise, the additionals aren't going to touch BUU. BUU will end up nullifying them. So that 18 keys, pretty much all we're going to do. There we go. But again, I guess at least we're getting the SA effects. The only thing that scares me was that Kid Buu's had a couple buffs. We get super attacked. No items currently active. He still has his guard. What's this going to do? 680. Do you know what? If we had full health, we actually would have survived. I'm going to rerun it. If we had full health, he actually would have survived. So fair play. Right, guys, we're back in again. We do still have a Whis active prior from the final turn against Kid Buu's first phase. Rotation isn't too best. I've used both of Beast Gohan's actives or Ultimate Gohan's actives. So essentially, we're kind of in a similar spot as the last time we died, but we do have an item active instead. So I think if Gogeta gets super attacked, which of course all the additionals aren't going to do anything because they don't affect Kid Buu, but we are going to buff him, even though we're not going to do anything, but we are buffing ourselves. I feel like we're good. I feel like super attack wise, we're good if we do get supered here, which it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Now, we've literally seen Carnival Gogeta Blue take double digits against the first phase with no item active in the same scenario. So that means guaranteed normals here are doing double digits with type advantage no matter what, which is good. Now, I know both Ultimate Gohans have guard, but mine's only 55%, but we do have a Whis active, so I think we're fine. We are fine. We still took a ton of damage, though. Jesus Christ. We're almost dead. We are very much almost dead. Okay, Gogeta Blue has guaranteed dodge. We use another item. I can't not because we have 97k HP. I can't not. Like, it would generally be foolish if I didn't use an item. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. And Kid Buu just rubs it in our face because he just heals himself. Just heals himself. But one thing that's as I said, a little bit different, I mentioned before, just before we died the last time, is, I said, usually the second phase is always the harder phase. But for Gogeta, it's literally the opposite. Technically, it starts out more difficult for him because of the type disadvantage, but he's fine there. And then Kid Buu gets weaker in the second phase, only a little bit on normals, but primarily the super attack. But he actually super attacks, obviously, more than once because you're in this phase more than 2 turns. But then Gogeta ends up getting type advantage. And the one good thing is Gogeta keeps his guard going into this phase while having type advantage. So there are kind of like mini trade-offs here and there while also having like mini wins. So he has type advantage, still has his guard, which is good, but then the additionals don't touch Buu. And you're essentially buffing Kid Buu for free. Kid Buu's getting buffed, his attack's going up constantly, but all of Gogeta Blue's additionals, especially if you've got dupes and skill orbs on him, all of his additionals are essentially buffing Kid Buu for free, and you're doing no damage while this man can eventually heal. So there is that trade-off. There is that trade-off. I can't remember if any of his super attacks, when he transforms, are going to do the same thing. I know Broly's did. You ain't touching shit! Sorry, just got to be involved. So now we can actually transform him, which I am going to do, but I'm also going to pop. Actually, no, I'm not going to. I was going to pop his giant form, but I'm not going to do that. The reason why I'm not going to do that is I want to see the type of numbers Gogeta is going to be taking, because right now we still have a Whis active. So we've got the healing, which is important. In terms of damage, of course, Gogeta is going to be doing damage here no matter what, which is good. Again, I can't remember if any of his super attacks are going to just end up being nullified. Because I'm pretty sure with Broly, the additionals were. I could be wrong. I feel like, yeah, one of Broly's super attacks, either in base or transformed, were nullified. But Gogeta's 18 keys are fine, which is good. Type advantage is really going to play into effect a bit more because he's actually going to be doing like damage here, which we do want to kill Kid Buu as quick as possible. Are the 12 keys fine? The 12 keys aren't fine. So again, we're just buffing Kid Buu for free. So that's a little bit techie. But of course, we can also dodge now, which is good. So while normals, Gogeta Blue should be fine with regardless, we can still dodge him. Not that we need to, again, because we're taking double digits on normals. Actually, are we going to be taking double digits on normals? I think after all the super attacks and type advantage, a 630k normal, we should be good with. Oh, he had some dodge built into his ultimate Gohan. I respect that. So I feel like we're good no matter what. Damage wise, as we've seen, we're only going to be doing so much because, of course, Kid Buu nullifying certain super attacks. But even though he does get nullified on the additionals, so there's only so much damage Gogeta is going to be doing, at least the 18 key, the one that's doing the most damage, is actually hitting, so he does actually do some solid damage. Of course, you are going to run him with, or want to run him with, a team primarily filled with units that don't have their super attacks nullified. But then no matter what, one good thing that's coming from Gogeta Blue is he's tanking really well regardless. He's tanking... I didn't think about that. I didn't think about his super attacks being completely nullified, transformed. That was kind of a waste. But it's fine, we're not here for you. We're mainly just here to see how Gogeta Blue does. But in the first phase, where he's technically at his weakest, and Kid Buu technically is at his strongest, Gogeta Blue with guard tanks completely fine with no item, which is good. You kind of want to keep him away from the super attack, but that's kind of easy to do anyway, so I wouldn't really worry about it. Then when you get him into this phase, you're going to have one turn, potentially two if he's floating or on the second rotation. You actually still keep his guard. Not that he needs it, because again, you're going to transform him as soon as he loses his guard anyway, but he's fine there. Unfortunately, both 12 key super attacks in Super Saiyan and in Blue don't touch Kid Buu, so again, you're buffing him for free. But then, again, he tanks fine with no item. I'm pretty sure... Right, we're definitely going to pop this, because all attacks are now going to hit him. Even the active skill don't touch Kid Buu, but it does mean no matter what, we're going to be dodging Kid Buu, because there's no nullify around here. So I think what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to play for the win, I'm just going to play to show Gogeta off. So I'm going to let Year 5 Easy A Gogeta Blue just sit in slot 1, because there's no... Because we've used his active skill anyway, but there's no attack in slot 1 regardless. So even if Kid Buu super attacks Gogeta Blue, don't forget he could dodge it. He could dodge it. Is it unarmed or is it Ki Blast? Super attacks that he nullifies. He nullifies Ki Blast super attacks, which I don't think it is, because it's the one where he stamps his foot through the floor. So I don't think he can nullify Kid Buu's super attack, but he does, of course, have a 70% chance to dodge. So he could also dodge it. So Gogeta Blue is actually really good for this fight. It's just, of course, the additionals, the 12 keys, they're wasted. We do get the buffs, which is good, but damage-wise, they're wasted. And it does get a little bit techie, because then Kid Buu's getting stronger no matter what. But his active skill is amazing, because no matter what, say you're in a techie spot, say the rotation isn't too good, say there's someone who can take some damage, use his active skill like any event, all the attacks are going to be directed towards him. You dodge him for free. You basically have a Ghost Usher. And unfortunately, it's not Ghost Usher with damage, because that also gets nullified as well. But again, at least you essentially have a Ghost Usher for the turn, which you're not going to complain about, right? So Gogeta Blue actually does very well here, like really, really well. But I'm not going to lie, I could probably see us dying this turn. Or maybe we carry on surviving. I mean, with Gogeta's healing, we've managed to recoup all of our health, but we're taking quite a bit of damage now. But primarily, I think we've shown Carnival or Gogeta Blue off in terms of what he can do, his weaknesses against Kid Buu, how well he can do against Kid Buu. The only thing I would have liked to have seen is Gogeta Blue dodge Kid Buu's super attack without needing the active skill. But, you know, that's what it's there for. We're definitely going to die off this, but regardless, I think Carnival or Gogeta Blue's done well. He's done really, really well. Don't forget, the superheroes category is only going to get better with Beast Gohan dropping, the Gammas dropping. Gamma 1 makes a return because of them. He done really well. He done what he needed to do. He showed off what he needed to show off, and he done pretty well. It's just a shame about that nullify. It does catch some units, and units that have as many additionals as, say, Broly and Gogeta, it wastes them, and all it does is just buff Kid Buu for free. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care, have a good rest of your day, and peace.